We have all heard of the anime series called Attack on Titan, especially Attack on Titan The Final Season. Yesterday, some news broke out that kind of became very widespread in the anime community, and most of you have probably heard. And so, I want to dive into the stinky controversy or just the mess that is Attack on Titan The Final Season Part 3, Part 1, and Part 2. Yeah, you heard me. That is legitimately the title of the final season of Attack on Titan. But, okay, so what is going on here? Let's get everybody up to speed, because there's obviously some of you out there that might not be aware of what's going on, and also let's dive into some details of why this may be happening as well, with all these added parts, etc., that just seems comical at this point, with just calling something the final season and splitting it up into multiple parts. It seems hilarious at this point. So, okay, let's just dive into the meme section of this. We all know that ever since basically Attack on Titan got the final season announced, we thought it was going to be just the full runtime and that was it. Like, multiple cores, but that was it. But it's been split into multiple parts with multiple delays. For instance, like Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, as you can see here. And then you have Part 3's first half and second half. And it's just, I believe there's like 9 chapters left to adapt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Attack on Titan, the final season, like this upcoming season, or Part 3 first half, is literally, there's only like 9 chapters left to adapt into anime. So unless they're adding anime original content, it doesn't really seem like there's a lot of content there left for them to really adapt. And so they're really stretching that out when you really think about it. If it's milking or not, that's left to be seen. The point, though, is that there's not a lot of content left to adapt, and the fact that it's being split up into 2 halves is just like, why? It's a huge question on that end. But to dive in a little bit deeper into this, the memes, though, are hilarious, because ever since, basically, Attack on Titan, the final season came out, and we found out there was going to be a Part 2, and then definitely when a Part 3 came out, people have been just saying Attack on Titan, the final season, Part 2, or final season, the actual final season of Attack on Titan, or the Attack on Titan, the final season, or Attack on Titan, the final season, Electric Boogaloo 2. I've seen these memes pop up all the time in the anime community and manga community. It's pretty funny. I know some might not find that relatively funny, but I think it's pretty legitimately hilarious. But, getting on to the actual topic of why this is potentially happening, it's probably due to production issues, or just bad scheduling, and so, let's talk about it. MAPPA. I'm not going to repeat myself what I've said in many other videos that's talked about stuff like this, but MAPPA, they pick up a lot of stuff. We know this. And if we go back to the origin story, like the origin of Attack on Titan, the final season, we know that Studio Mappa picked up Attack on Titan when no other studio wanted it. Literally every animation studio basically turned down Attack on Titan. They did not want it. It was given up by the previous, WIT Studios for another studio, and Mappa's like, yeah, we'll take it. And they snatched and grabbed hold of Attack on Titan. We've had the final season. And so instantly when you see that, it's just like, no other studio wanted it, because Attack on Titan has always been riddled with production issues. This is a very well-known fact, and some might be unaware of this, but Attack on Titan, ever since literally Season 1, has just been non-stop riddled with issues behind the scenes, to either production almost breaking down entirely, to just animation problems, where they really are just, they're pushing for time, so to speak, and Attack on Titan barely has kind of managed to get here at this point. And so no studio really wanted it, because they were all full, booked, etc., but Mappa grabbed it. And so when we think about, like, these parts that obviously are getting memed on, this is probably done for scheduling reasons. For instance, Mappa is splitting everything up because they just legit have so much on their plate that they're just splitting the episodes up into multiple different seasons. And it comes down to literally just, they lack staff maybe, or just lack the time to really work on the show, because they have so many projects. And Attack on Titan already is something that's just riddled with issues with production delays, etc. So when I think about this, that's probably the truth of the matter of why Attack on Titan has been split up so much with its final season. Now, is it funny with the names and stuff? Oh, hell yes. It's funny. It's legitimately funny. But I'm willing to bet the reason why this is happening is not necessarily milking, so to speak. It's more of, just, I guess, probably trying to space it out and give time for the animators to actually work on the said project. Now, let's let's talk about the actual Part 3 first half and second half. So, if I am indeed correct, I believe, like I said, there's like 9 or so chapters left to adapt. Chapters of Attack on Titan can range around 40 to 60 pages. That's a lot of content, yes. A normal Shonen Jump chapter, to put in perspective, could take around 18 to 20 pages. That's usually how long they are. A regular Shonen Jump chapter, I'm thinking like One Piece, Naruto, etc. And a really well-paced episode puts about maybe 3 chapters in an episode. Now, obviously, One Piece is an exception, doesn't really do that, but a really well-paced episode done right, 3 chapters in one episode is really good for a shonen, because of just the chapter page length, etc. And so, when we really think about that, it averages up to about, one episode, if we're counting 60 pages on average for Attack on Titan. So, if there is 9, chapters, that's around 9 episodes, I'd say. Maybe 10 episodes. So, if they're splitting it up into 2 parts, like if we're going by the information we got here, splitting Attack on Titan Part 3's first and second half into 2 parts, I'm going to take an educated guess. This means that they want a 20-something episode final season. That's my assumption. I could be wrong here. Either they're going to do a 11 to 10 episode season and then do the last 10 episodes for the second half, or they might do something weird. They might split it in half to where they do 6 episodes for the first half and then the last 6 episodes for the second half. That's a possibility too. I don't really know, because once again, the whole production with Attack on Titan's final season is just very wonky in terms of scheduling and release. It's just been very, very weird. I mean, anyone can agree, regardless of how you feel about Attack on Titan. If you've been watching on how it releases this final season, it's been extremely odd. Very, very odd. So, I'm willing to guess that it might be a little bit different too. They might decide to split like 12 episodes up and just do like 6 episodes for the first half and wait a core or 2 and then do the last 6 episodes or something. That's my guess. But they might try to make it 20 episodes. I don't know why, but they could. But, anyways, getting back on topic, though, this news is very interesting, because obviously this is getting the community in a little bit of an uproar, because there's a lot of controversy around Attack on Titan. And I'm not going to dive too heavily into that for obviously spoiler reasons, but anyone that knows, if you're a manga reader, etc., knows the controversy. And I feel like a lot of people right now, this is a double-edged sword with how long this has been extended, this ending of Attack on Titan. You have those that have obviously read the manga, and depending on their side of the controversy, they might lose complete interest in Attack on Titan's anime because of just how long it's taken. And you have the other half to where, the anime-onlys that have no idea, haven't been spoiled, etc., this might also make them not really care too much about the anime as much anymore because of just how long the wait is. But, once again, Attack on Titan is popular, so it'll probably be A-okay. That's just probably me worrying a little bit too much about it. But, I just think that overall, these constant delays is just like, whoa, it's the delays to the added parts and splitting them up. I honestly would not be surprised if it gets a movie. Like, at this point, like, if I'm being 100% serious, okay? I don't really think it's gonna happen, but I feel like there's like a 30%, 40% chance that maybe they might try to do like the final chapter or something as a movie. I don't know, but it's a possibility. It's legitimately a possibility. I could definitely see, Studio Mappa trying to make a movie to capitalize on Attack on Titan, since movies and for anime is very popular. I could definitely see something like that. I could definitely see maybe the final chapter being a movie. And so after the first and second half, like, airs here, they'll make a movie. We'll see, though. But, anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I felt like this was very fascinating, just seeing the current situation with Attack on Titan, because it's just like, I like the anime. I really enjoy the anime, and the final season has been legitimately good. It has. I want to straight up say that. Like, the final season has been really good. I've loved what Studio Mappa has done with Attack on Titan. It's looked incredible. The wait is worth it. It legitimately is. I just still like the way everything is being handled. It just really goes to show the amount of production problems behind the scenes with Attack on Titan. Not just a Studio Mappa problem, so to speak, but just with the production of just Attack on Titan. It's just always been riddled with so many issues. But that's my 2 cents there. I guess I'll leave this video at that for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. And with that, be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.